Hello everyone. Welcome to Oracle ERP Group. Today we are going to see how to easily create a DFF setup in 2 minutes. To be a pro ERP consultant, you should understand how to quickly create a DFF setup and how to instantly we can respond to the client whether the DFF is possible to create or we cannot create in a specific page. Yesterday I impressed the client. I quickly responded back, DFF is possible in ABC page and DFF is not possible in XYZ page or whatever. So the client got impressed because of my instant response. So this is the secret I'm going to tell you. You can follow this and you can impress your client as well. So before we diving into the topic, I would like to tell you this is a very brand new channel. Every week I am posting something useful to you guys and whatever important things happening in and around the Oracle ERP world. So please don't miss the important videos. So please feel free to subscribe this channel so that you don't miss any important video. Okay. Let's talk about how to easily create a DFF setup and how to identify whether the DFF is possible or not, right? So first we have to understand what are the different setups in DFF in the Oracle. So mainly like the DFF, KFF, and Descriptive Flexfield, Key Flexfield, and Extensive Flexfield. So we are going to focus mainly on Descriptive Flexfield today. Okay, so key Flexfield, everyone know it's nothing but the chart of account, and extensive Flexfield is nothing but it's a more complicated requirement, multiple field Flexfield to design everything. Then it's a little bit complex, but not very frequently people use. So you have to understand the DFF is like very important. So that's why I'm focusing on DFF and how to quickly create a DFF in within 2 minutes. Okay, so first DFF, how it looks like. So DFF, basically that segment is something like I can show you in the screen. So ideally, it's kind of a box. So within that box, either you can use global segment, that is nothing global segment, or and otherwise you have, if you want, you can design a context flex field segments. So ideally, global segment, that is also part of DFF, and sensitive. Context sensitive segment. This is also part of DFF segment feature only. So which you need, you have to decide. For example, global segment is something like if you're filling a form that contains like a box that mandatorily or mandatorily to be visible. Okay, so then I will go ahead with global segment. But context sensitive. Context sensitive is something like, for example, this option like it can be a drop down menu. If user says that Asia, then you have to specific the branches. For example, your company is in Asia and like Japan and Singapore, then you have to enable 2 more boxes. Then in that case, you will go with context sensitive. Otherwise, like if you just directly taking the input, you go ahead with global segment. So that's what I said. Global segment is always visible and context sensitive is visible only when you when the context is selected. Okay, and maintenance is very simple for global segment, and context sensitive is little bit more rules needed and more flexible as well. And it appears by default in the UI page, and it appears when context is triggers. So that's how the context sensitive will get triggered. Okay, so now we are clear with about DFF segment, right? Let me quickly go to the environment and show you how can we decide. Let's say now the client is asking you, hey Guru, can you create a DFF segment in the payment or expense pages or something? Okay, let me go to the manage payments. And what I'll do, I'll quickly go to the manage payments, or I'll go to the manage expenses or purchase order, everything. So what we have to do? So let's watch. So let me take any existing payments. So this is the same you have to apply for any module, whether it's finance or HCM or anything. So this is the trick. So what you have to do, you have to go to the this area and you have to select highlight flex field. If you select this highlight flex field, it will clearly show what are the places that DFF is possible. So in this case, it's already highlighted. If some pages like this won't come, in that case, like DFF is not possible in that page. I have already shown you in my previous video in a traditional way how to create a DFF, right? You have to go to the setup called manage descriptive segments. So if you descriptive flex field, in the setup and maintenance, if you go and search for the manage descriptive flex field, you can see that descriptive Flexfield segment designing that I already shown in the previous previous video. So this is this is the most simplest way. So let's see. As I told you, I'm able to see that descriptive Flexfield, right? So if I want one more segment to add, I need to click this button. What is the difference between this particular symbols and this particular symbol is this will show you what are the descriptive flex field segments or context sensitive, global segment or context sensitive segments. Everything you want to do an analysis, you have to go here. Directly, if you want to create a global segment or if you want to create a context sensitive segment, just click plus. I'll show you what is this next. Let me click this plus. Let's say I want to enable I want to enable a simple comments, right? Then I'll go with add comments. So comments, okay. So yeah, this automatically it will come. See, that's it. Save and deploy. So now what happens? Hope everyone understood about descriptive flexible segments, right? Let me talk about a sensitive segment. So these are the different values, right? Okay, context within the context, I have Asia context one. Okay, different values. Let's say if I want to add something like, okay, let's see what is there under Europe. Under the Europe, we have two location fields. If I want to add one more, like location 3, then I can directly click that add context sensitive segment, location 3, so that it will add it under the Europe context sensitive segment. That's it. So now what happens? This location 3 will get added into a Europe section. In case if I want to add India as a separate location under the context, then what we have to do? We have to create context. We have to add the India value into the context. So let me show you once this deployment is successfully done. Okay, deployment is successfully done. Now there is one more location has been added. Since I'm not logged out and logged in, it's not visible now. In case if I want to add a new context value, for example, right now we have Europe, right? In case if I want to add one more location like India or something, I can put a value so that for in India, I can add some more locations like Bombay or Delhi or whatever, so that this will get added into the context value. Now, if you see that, okay, since I not logged out and logged in, it's not visible. Otherwise, one more context has been added along with Europe and Asia. One more location also will be added. So this is how the context is working. So this is one way, right? So if you want to add the branches to the India, what you have to do, you have to go to descriptive flex field and go to the context. Let me show you. I'll go to the edit button. And what we need India, right? India will be here. Within that India, if you want to add some branches, so what you have to do, you have to click, you need to create a segment. So I'm going to say that location 1 or location 1. Okay. And a character and 150 char. That's it. So the location 1 has been created for India location. So let me deploy this. So let it get deployed. Just wait for a few seconds. I just re-logged into my account. Let me go to the same payment and see whether our changes has been reflected or not. I'm going to the 4056 payment. So if the setup and configuration all done, whatever we done is correct, then we have to see the changes, right? Let me see. I'm going to the screen. See, we have created India, right? Under that India, how many locations should be there? Only one. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. So this is how the context sensitive segment is working. Yeah. So we came to the end of this video. So if you guys understand what are the topics we discussed, everything I have given a summary of questions. I recommend all the ERP consultants should know about the questions and answers for this things which I have given. These are the questions usually I ask in my panel. So guys, please go through these questions. If you know these answers, please put your answers in the comments box. Hope you people like this video. If you like it, please like this video and subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss any important videos in the next week. Thank you so much. See you all next week. Bye.